Hey guys, it's Comic Uno. Today I'm doing a review for Avengers issue 3. And before I start talking about this issue, just want to give you guys a little update. I have two reviews that I usually do on Comic Uno, which are Green Lantern New Guardians issue 16 and Young Avengers issue 1. So if you want to go check those out, just go to the description below and there'll be a link for DarkAvengerINC and you go check out those reviews. But let's talk about what I'm reviewing today for this video, which is Avengers issue 3. Let's talk about the cover. I think these are all connected covers. I really don't know. I think it is. So pretty generic cover, just seeing everybody. Good art though, and again, I think they're all connected, so that's pretty interesting. And it's just building up for the connection of the covers. Let's talk about the story. This continues from issue 1 and 2 with this Del Toro guy. He thinks he's God. He's building this guy named Adam, and after they fight a little in this issue, he decides, alright, I'm just going to move to Mars, but, you know, this didn't quite work, but you could keep Adam. And then everyone's like, in the end, we get to see a little narration with, I guess Captain America saying the narration, and he says, it's the Avengers world, and it was the first. It was the spark that started the fire, a legend that grew in the telling. The great idea was expansion, and it started with two men. One was life, and one was death. I think that's the only interesting thing that came from this issue, for me at least. Life and death. Does that mean Captain America lives and Tony dies, or what does that have to do with the stories to come? And why are they pushing this big team thing so much? I know that was kind of the premise of this whole series, like, bigger the better, you know, Avengers, assemble, let's assemble every superhero in the Marvel Universe and put it together. That's what Avengers is trying to bring now. Anyone could be an Avenger these days. So I think what I was disappointed with the series in general was the villain. I think it started with Del Toro not really being interesting, in my opinion. He's like, oh, he's building this world, you know, he's acting like God. He thinks he's God because this Adam guy, his son, you know, he's thinking he's God, and he's gonna destroy the world to recreate it, and he's just going a little psycho. So he wants to destroy Earth to recreate it, and this Adam guy has something to do with it. And the Avengers like, no, you can't do this, this is our world. So in the end, they fight a little, and he's like, oh, you're right, let me just go to Mars. But thanks for the fight, thanks for explaining everything. So really, they could have just talked and not fight at all, and this could have been one little story. I understand what they're trying to do with this. I just think I'm not totally interested in this, and I feel like I'm the only one that hasn't been liking Hickman's stuff with Avengers. I just haven't been interested in it. New Avengers I like better than Avengers, actually. I think it's a smarter series, and I've been enjoying that one a little bit more. Issue 1 I didn't love, but then I started understanding a little bit more with issue 2, and then it just got a little bit more interesting with that. The roster was smaller. You could concentrate on characters. With this, it's just one team, and that's it. I feel like with the series is not going to be concentrating on characters. It's just going to be concentrating on this villain that was really boring, you know? And I think it's just going to be concentrating on the greater world type of thing. I think you could like that or you hate it. And for me, I just don't like that type of story. And I gave this series 3 issues. I will probably stick with New Avengers for a little while because I think that's more interesting than this series. So I'm going to stick with New Avengers again for maybe 1 or 2 more issues, see how that goes, because it was better than the first issue. But I feel like Avengers has been, for me, consistently boring. Not bad, just boring. And I think the villain, most of all, because he didn't develop at all. And he's just been, again, oh, I want to destroy the world. And then the whole thing is like, let's bring everyone to be Avengers. And that's the premise of this. I think it's too many characters on team. I want to go back to the basics of Avengers. It's like, it's special to be an Avenger, and I feel like with this series, it's not. Everyone's an Avenger now, and it's not special to be an Avenger. It's like, oh, let's bring everyone in, you know? And honestly, I don't feel like I could connect with the characters or the team, and I didn't hear one of them talk. It's just battling. It's just like those one-liners. And Spider-Man is Peter Parker here. You don't even see Dr. Octopus. That's another thing I want to mention. I mean, I guess I could look over it, but he's not Dr. Octopus. He has the quipping thing, you know, with, he's with the one-liners. And you could tell with the eyes, he's Peter. So should I look over that too? So you could tell they're not going the Dr. Octopus route, and I guess they didn't want to confuse everybody. But it's Peter, that too. This issue is just, it's all about fighting. And again, I don't think, you get interested in the characters, and it's all those, again, one-liners, and wouldn't matter if those what character said it. So if Captain Marvel's saying, oh, you know, great punch, and Wolverine's like, yeah, great, I'll punch him too. It's like one of those things, like, it doesn't matter which character said it. It doesn't really matter which character is in the story, because it's just fighting, and no character-driven anything. So for me, I don't love it, and for me, I've never been a humongous team fan. I mean, I like team books if it's written well, if the characters are defined, and with this, it's an example of characters not being defined. And, yeah, so I haven't been totally interested, but I think I babbled enough. And, I think if you like it, again, if you like it, it's your style. For me, it's just not my style, and I've always been interested in characters more than the fighting. I mean, I love the fighting, but it has to be driven by something. And with this story, it was very a boring villain, never developed, and I wanted to see him develop, and I didn't really care for him. So I can give it 2.5. I think I'm going to drop Avengers, keep New Avengers for a little while, see how that goes, because I think I'm a little bit more interested in New Avengers than I am with Avengers. So, but tell me, guys, what you think. Maybe, again, it's just my opinion, but I definitely think some people will enjoy this. So tell me what you guys think in the comments below. And, guys, this is Comic Uno, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and the Red Situations. And I say don't pick it up, and I give it 2.5. Bye, guys.